Hello everyone! I unfortunately have never embraced Buddhism to the fullest, so I am continually tortured by my own desire. There's nothing I can really do about it. I don't want to stop having desire, but I really should because this is getting ridiculous. That is a preface to say that today I will be talking about my latest fashion obsessions and things that just are making me crawl out of my skin with desire because I want them in my wardrobe, on my body. I can't stop thinking about this stuff. I can't give up my attachments as hard as I try. I'm sorry. I just want this stuff. I can't help it. So, walk with me. Number one on the list. Hear me out. Ugly orthopedic shoes. I'm talking like ugly orthopedic shoes. Because I think they would be really chic with like a beautiful sort of like flirty summer dress, weirdly, or like I just really specifically want these ugly orthopedic shoes and to wear it with like a fairy princess dress with like knee-high socks. Like I just want like the juxtaposition of something disgusting and horrifying and ugly with like something beautiful and cute. I don't know why, it's just like on my mind. I'm crawling out of my skin wanting like boxing shoes and like corrective footwear. You know what, I can't explain it, but this is something that keeps me awake at night. Next up, of course, I can't get enough of women's pillbox, grandma core, vintage hats, fascinators. I don't know what it is. I think I look fantastic in an old lady hat. I think they look fantastic with slutty outfits. I think they look fantastic with prim and proper outfits. I mean, there's just nothing I won't do for a sort of maybe hideous hat like this. This is what I call my shredded coconut hat. I love it. It's one of my favorite hats that I own. I'm always on the lookout for an ugly grandma hat. Love, love, love. I can't get enough. Again with the grandma stuff, but I am really loving grandma bras. I really love grandma sort of lingerie and especially vintage. Like, people have weird feelings about getting vintage, ostensibly used lingerie, but I don't care. I wash. That's why Tide Pods exist. So I really love like disgusting grandma girdles and corsets, and I just think it's so ugly, but I think it would be kind of cute to just wear like a big grandma camisole tank top bra situation underneath a flirty sweater on the summer day. I don't know, I just think it would be really cute. So I'm always on the lookout for like a big heavy duty grandma bra, and they're usually in my size anyway because that's what I'm working with. So on the lookout for that. I have really been loving the ballet core sort of things. Again, this sort of like flirty, athletic, feminine kind of jam is really up my alley lately. I don't have a ballerina physique. I took ballet when I was a little kid and I was okay at it, but you know, I haven't had the ballerina lithe body type in a while, and so I think it would be sort of chic for me, a chunky big girl, to wear these delicate little flirty clothes. I love that for me. In terms of makeup and hairstyling, I have really been obsessed with spiky lashes, especially on the under eye. I recently got these lashes from just some sort of like strange Japanese lash expo online, and I love them. They're sort of perfect for like a Shelley Duvall style under eye lash situation, and I just sort of am trying to perfect putting them on. In terms of hairstyling, I have really been loving ratting up the back of my hair and then putting the rest of my hair in pigtails. I just think it looks so cute and so chic and so Bridget Bardot. And once I bleach the green out of my hair, I'm going to have like a fabulous little Bardot moment. She is a disgusting fascist, but a style icon nonetheless. I mean, that's just sort of how it works sometimes, so oh well. Then, walk with me. I really am loving the idea of using non-clothing inanimate objects as accessories. Like, I'm thinking I want to get like wall decor, you know, like a Victorian oval side silhouette portrait, 2 of them, and like strap them to my legs. I don't know what is up with me for wanting to do that, but you know, like wall cherubs, or I recently saw 2 identical Serenity Prayer plaques on eBay, and it was taking everything in my power to not like blow collectively $20 on these wall plaques, because all I wanted to do was strap them to the top of my shoes. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why that's something I want to do, but I can't stop thinking about it. So, the Serenity Prayer, like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and yada yada, on my legs. I don't know. Always, 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 I love frumpy glasses with chic outfits. I just love that. The granny glasses. I will never stop putting granny glasses on eBay in my watch list. I'm addicted. I refuse to stop. This is something I am currently working on as a craft project. I recently got this like ugly old doll skill vest from eBay a while ago. It's just like an ugly white polyester vest. There was no reason for me to really get it. There was no reason for me to want it in the way that it was, but I dyed it a beautiful shade of red, and I'm thinking I'm going to snip off all the buttons because they were white and sort of got dyed red, plasticky pink. So I'm going to snip off all the buttons and replace them with like beautiful antique gold buttons, but each button is going to be a different style of button. So it's going to kind of be like this cottagecore medieval kind of vibe, because one of the like sub-aesthetics that I really love is medieval revival. That's like one of the things I sort of blew up on here for, is talking about different medieval revival clothing options for someone plus sized. If that sounds cool to you, just scroll back a couple of videos. For hairstyling again, I can never, like, I can't quite master it yet, but I really, really, really love finger waves and want to do finger waves on myself. I'm terrible at it. I don't know what's wrong. Like, I don't have the right mousse or comb or gel, or I don't know really what's exactly wrong with me that I can't do that. It seems like something that would be relatively easy, given that it's not my first rodeo in terms of hairstyling, but like I can't make it work. But I'm practicing. And one day I will rock it and it will be beautiful. Can't wait for that day to come. Next up, I can't stop looking through eBay for veils, wedding veils, sort of like Spanish lace veils, wedding veils especially, because like the ones from the 60s are really cute and have like pearl detailing, and they're usually cheap because no one wants them because they're old and stinky and have nicotine stains on them, but I think they'd be really chic in like a weird sort of coquette outfit. That's another thing I do on here, is I combine existing aesthetics with weirdcore. I personally want to combine coquette with weirdcore to create coquetamine. So veils are on my list for something to incorporate into my wardrobe for that aesthetic. So I'm on the lookout for that. I also, speaking of disgusting things from someone's attic that nobody really wants, and so it's sort of kind of cheap on eBay, is ratty, disgusting, falling apart mink stoles. I'm not contributing to the fur trade. I'm contributing to Doug's bank account on eBay. So I really like these like moldering pelts of mink and foxes that I see on eBay. and I think like a disgusting series of mink pelts draped over an outfit would be just kind of chic and gross. A lot of my fashion preferences are just gross, and I sort of like incorporating like grotesquerie into my fashion, and that's just sort of what I'm about. So a ratty mink stole is something I'm on the lookout for. Always, always, always looking for more quirky t-shirts, colorful t-shirts, quirky, colorful t-shirts. This is a quirky t-shirt. It's Tom of Finland, 2 cops, motorcycle guys, question mark, touching bulges. Love this t-shirt, but it's not colorful. I would really like something, a strange graphic t-shirt that is colorful, because I really like having colors to work with. I'm trying to steer away from white t-shirts, black t-shirts. I'm trying to get into colorful, strange t-shirts. Buttons on skirts and bloomers and bottoms. I really like the idea of having just sort of like a plain blah skirt and like putting tons of buttons and pins into it, just as a sort of way to like zhuzh up kind of blasé, boring skirt, of which I have many, unfortunately. Next up is Wacky shoes. My dream Wacky shoes are from Irregular Choice or Fluvog. I am so broke that I probably couldn't even put those on layaway. So, you know, it's like a pipe dream, but that is something I'm just like looking out for in the big closet in the sky someday, so I don't know. Recently I have been thinking Dalmatian print is really cute. I know I just said I love working with color, but I also really like working with black and white. So these Dalmatian print, sort of just like Cruella de Vil spots kind of thing is just suddenly somehow appealing to me, especially coats or skirts. 60s, 70s, 80s does Victorian is really cool. A lot of the times that stuff is in my size. It was kind of like the frumpier thing back then, so you know, plus size girls were able to fit into it sometimes. So I do love just like a really interesting 70s, 60s, 80s does Victorian or Edwardian blouse. Just living my best picnic at Hanging Rock sort of life. This is a big one for me, but I usually in the past have really stuck to just 2 colors in an outfit. I can't, in terms of my OCD, handle more than 2 colors in an outfit, but recently it's been seeming more of a possibility, so I'm just sort of letting myself be open to 3, 4, maybe 5 colors in an outfit, and it being okay and harmonious with like how my brain works, so fingers crossed. Back to like patterns I'm really interested in suddenly and looking out for are just like stripes, and specifically irregular polka dots. I hate regular polka dots, like the vertical lines of polka dots. I hate that because it reminds me of like Minnie Mouse. It's just not chic to me, but like a mess of polka dots in different sizes and shapes. I love that. I eat that up like breakfast. I'm always, always, always on the lookout for novelty ties. And related to that, I really am on the lookout for a collared button-down sort of shirt that works with my chest. It is a struggle. I don't know really why they don't make button-down shirts for larger chests, but I have been having a devil of a time finding anything that doesn't have the like button gap right here, even when I'm wearing sort of like a non-va-va-va-boom sort of blouse. So if you have any ideas about that, I would love to hear about that in the comments. I just really need like a structured collar to break out my novelty tie collection, and my bolo tie, I just have one, but it's awesome. I have an awesome bolo tie and I don't get to wear it. Related to all of that, I just am suddenly really liking menswear. I'm just suddenly sort of digging, looking at like weird, gross tuxedo slacks on eBay as well. You know, because men's pants, it's like they ask, I mean, they say specifically what the waist size is. You know, I mean, like women's sizes don't really have that specific feature. So I do find it kind of interesting and nice to kind of know immediately, okay, this is like a 40 large, you know, like a 40 pant size, and that's like my waist size, for better or for worse. You know, I pray for Woody Allen's death every dawn, but I also really like the movie Annie Hall because Diane Keaton is a treasure. She's a treasure. So I do kind of want to live an Annie Hall sort of day where I have like a big men's suit. But of course I'm not as beautiful and svelte as Diane Keaton, so I will have to improvise or get like a really chubby 15-year-old's family court date suit or something. So in terms of makeup, two things that are really chic to me are highlighter and glow all over the face. For some reason there's something wrong with me where highlighter doesn't really show up on my cheekbones. I think I'm just like too oily. I don't know, so I think kind of like putting like a whole sheen on would be kind of cool, and like having just like a wet sparkly face might be kind of cool. I don't know, I'm just maybe gonna rub highlighter all over my face to see what happens one day. And the other thing is I love vintage Bollywood style makeup. The Bollywood makeup artists back in the day were just on another level. That graphic eye, those high cat wings, like just love, love, love. I'm a vintage girly at heart, of course. I love vintage stuff, and I also love sort of like an internationally influenced, like what other cultures and countries were doing in the 60s and 70s, which is my sort of like decade and era of choice. So I love vintage Bollywood makeup. I just love it. Love it. The last two things, and they're sort of related, I love big chunky necklaces. Love, love, love. Just big chunky messy necklaces, like a necklace with like a Barbie torso hanging off of it. You know what I mean? Like just something gross and weird. And I'm, you know, always on the lookout for just something hideous like that. And less hideous, I love this designer. I think she's called Sage Silver Jewelry or Sage Silver Designs on Instagram, and she does pool ball jewelry, so she kind of repurposes old pool ball parts into new and beautiful designs, and I love her designs. Of course, she is not cheap. Her labor is worth quite a bit because she's very skilled and amazing. But you know, someday maybe I'll have like a beautiful person in my life who gives me presents on my birthday. Who knows? So anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. I was talking fast. I was passionate. Things were heated. I was feeling the flames of desire stirring in my heart. And I still am. And it won't go away unless I go to a monastery and sort things out. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I would love to hear your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns in the comments. Is there anything you're obsessed with right now? Things that keep you up at night in terms of like, I need to find this on eBay. Please let me know. I'm always curious to hear from you. And until next time, bye!